what is up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is that time of year again, aka Taurus season, aka yo girl's birthday. My birthday's this weekend, April 22nd, so I thought I would film another get ready with me birthday edition like I did last year. It was a lot of fun pretending like I was getting ready with you guys for my birthday bash, even though I keep my birthdays really low-key. I'm not a big birthday person. I just like to spend my birthday relaxing, doing nothing, probably wearing no makeup whatsoever at the beach, eating a Lily's Malibu breakfast burrito. They make the best burritos, you guys. I'll link it down below. It's like a little secret spot. Maybe I don't want to link it. I'll think about it. It's kind of like top secret. I don't know if I'm ready to tell you guys about that yet. I don't know if our friendship is there yet. Just kidding. I'll link it down below for you guys. So that's probably what I'll be doing this Sunday. But for today, I thought I would create a look that says, bam, I am here. It is my birthday. Look at me. So this is what I came up with. It has a bit of a drag vibe, which I'm really loving. It's a statement look. Very different from what I normally do, but I really do love the way it came out. Anyway, now that I've chatted you guys' ears off just in this intro, let's get into today's video. These are like crack, for reals. All right, let's get this started because I already tried filming this once and I'm back again because I didn't like the way it came out the first time. So I'm gonna prime my skin with the TATCHA Silk Canvas Primer. And last time I used this in a video, it was like a wear test video, review video. I didn't do it justice. I used way too much product, spoke to someone from TATCHA after the fact, and you're supposed to use a grain of rice amount, not like a spoonful like what I used. So I'm only gonna take a tiny amount and start by applying it to the center of the face and then blend it outward. Essentially where I have the most pores. I have been reaching for the YSL All Hours foundation a lot, mainly because the shade BD40 just seems to work on me, or at least it blends in really well with the rest of my body, whereas a lot of foundations, I tend to mix shades just to get a really nice olive undertone. When I was in Tokyo with them, they did mention that they are releasing a bunch of new shades in the All Hours foundation with a focus on olive undertones. When they said that in the meeting, all of us were like, ah! Like even Desi Perkins, she's also an olive undertone. We were so excited to hear that. So I can't wait for those new shades to come out. But for now, BD40 tends to work really well on me. So see, it's like a really good match. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this all over with a paddle brush. I've been loving this technique, you guys. It just makes all of my foundations go on flawlessly and it doesn't sink into my pores. It just lays the foundation on my skin really nicely, and then I take my beauty blender and further blend it out. I'm watching Casey Neistat right now on my desktop. Whenever I'm filming, I try and let someone's YouTube channel just run forever, so I click play all to give them my views, and also just to kind of like watch it while I film, because when you film, you're just like in a room by yourself and it's pretty silent or not very entertaining when you're alone. So this way I feel like I have someone in the room with me. In this case, Casey Neistat. Sounds kind of creepy. And then to brighten up my under eyes, I'm using my LANCOME IDOLE ULTRWEAR concealer, just a tiny bit on the inner corner. I'm trying to slow down my pace here because now that I've had this hustle drink, you guys, seriously, I think they have it at Whole Foods. I'm pretty sure they have it at Whole Foods. It's an all-natural energy drink, so the main source of energy is matcha, and it kind of tastes like a lemon lime soda. It's like a more limey kind of Sprite. It doesn't taste like Squirt, but it tastes like lemon lime soda. It's really good. Kyle's been stealing mine. He's really into it now, and I'm like, bro, these are mine, back off. But if you like energy drinks, I've never really been into energy drinks, except for when I was in college, and I would use them as a chaser. I've never really been into energy drinks for actual energy, but Matcha Bar reached out because I was always at their shop in Silver Lake, and they were like, oh, we're coming out with an energy drink, it's all natural. I believe this one is sweetened with monk fruit, or maybe that's their other one. They have one that has sugar, the other one doesn't have sugar, but it's really good. I like it. The energy is just like the energy that you get from matcha. It's a really nice, clean energy. Not jittery, but I just get super amped up when I drink it. So in return, I start speaking even faster than I already do. And I start blending really fast. Like normal blending is like this. When I drink hustle, I'm like. And then for my highlight down the center of the face, I'm gonna be using the Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer in the shade 2W. And same thing when I'm applying concealer, I like to dispense a little on my hand and then lay it down flat on my skin with a concealer brush or even that same paddle brush. It just, I don't know, something about it just causes the foundation to lay, or concealer to lay really nicely on the skin. Sometimes with a beauty blender, I feel like it's just sitting on top. Same thing with a kabuki brush. I feel like the foundation is just being swished around on the top of the skin. And by doing this, it just like lays it down really nice. And then you can further blend it in with the beauty blender. I'm going to lightly, very lightly, powder my face down with the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder because I might try and do something different with my eyes. I might try to carve out the eyeshadow, so I don't want there to be too much powder around the eyes. So I'm just gonna lightly dust this all over just so I don't look super shiny and moist. And then for my bronzer today, I'm gonna be using my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. I want a really light bronzy effect. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this to the general areas. Tastes really good. I always forget how good these taste. Not that I don't recommend that you like lick these or eat them, but when the powder does go in your mouth, it tastes just like chocolate. It tastes really good. I'm gonna highlight with the NARS Fort de France highlighter. I've been loving this highlighter. It's just a little more subtle, but still super, super glossy. It looks really beautiful on the skin. I've been highlighting first lately before eyeshadow because I love the way the highlighter kind of pokes through on the brow bone. So what I do is pick up the highlighter and I start by sweeping it onto the brow bone first and this little pocket right here. And then also above the brow. I'm also gonna go ahead and highlight the bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, and a little bit on the chin. And I'm gonna fill in my brows really quickly with the DIOR Brow Styler, Universal Brown. Can you guys tell I'm moving at lightning speed today? All about that hustle. You would think that this video is sponsored by Hustle and Matcha Bar, but it is not. But I won't be mad if Matcha Bar wants to sponsor some future videos. Thank you. Okay, moving on to the eyes. I'm hoping I don't mess this up because I really don't want to film this again. I'm gonna be creating kind of like a carved out, winged out, black glittery smoky eye. So I'm gonna start by using the NUDESTIX Magnetic Matte Eye Color in Night, which is black. A black eyeliner, as long as it's creamy, should work for this as well. All I'm gonna do is apply it to my upper lash line, a lower lash line, and then start blending it out to create that winged out effect. I'm actually gonna grab a smaller brush for the lower lash line because how big that brush is making me nervous. So I'm grabbing a smaller brush. And it doesn't have to be perfect because we're still gonna carve this out with foundation. Just as long as you have like this general shape going on is all you need. It looks a little scary right now, but just trust in the process, or I'm hoping this all goes well. I'm gonna be using the Urban Decay Moondust palette just for this glittery gray shadow over here, and I'm just gonna pick it up on my fingertip and I'm gonna press it on top of this black NUDESTIX, keeping it more towards the actual eyelid, not trying to blend it up towards the crease or anything. Just really pack it on. I gotta learn to stop using my middle finger for this. Ooh. And this is one of the reasons I didn't want to pack on too much powder, because I am gonna get some fallout, so that way I can still go in with a little more concealer or foundation to further clean this up, and also to clean up around the eyes. So what I'm gonna do next is the part that I have been most nervous for because I haven't really practiced it, but I'm gonna take that same foundation, the All Hours foundation, and a small concealer brush, and I'm going to carve out this eyeshadow so it's really sharp and not blended out. Wish me luck. So I'm picking up the foundation on the concealer brush. This is the Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage concealer brush. And you wanna make sure you don't have too much foundation on the brush because you wanna be really precise with this. And we're gonna carve this out. And then with a little kabuki brush, I'm just gonna buff this out to see how it's looking. this part was the hardest part to curve around, so it's looking a little choppy there. Everything else looks pretty good. Boom, I think we got it. So now the difficult part is matching the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera, but you guys get the point. You need a really small concealer brush, foundation or concealer, and you're just gonna curve it out and just be patient with it until you get it to look the way you want it to. Obviously, it took me some time. Sorry if you couldn't see the details because of the mirror. This was gonna be a get ready with me, which is why I didn't zoom you guys in, but it's a little too late for that. But hopefully you got the gist of it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side off camera. Be back in like 5 hours. And I'm back. I think this looks pretty even. So now what I'm gonna do is pack on some more of that glitter. In case you guys are wondering like how I was able to fix it if it wasn't even, I would take that same brush that I was using to blend out the black cream shadow. I would blend it out just a little more and then carve it out again until it looked somewhat even. So I think once I add some more of this glitter eyeshadow, it should look a little more even. I'm gonna go ahead and pack on some more of this. And I'm gonna grab a smaller brush to take it right up to the edge. This is from Smashbox. Picking up that shadow, and I'm gonna bring it up to the very, very edge and to the wing. I'm also gonna add a little right here to the lower lash line. It's looking good. I've completely covered up that highlighter on the brow bone with foundation, but that's okay. I actually think this looks better than having a highlight there because it makes the edge look a lot sharper. So now I'm just gonna fill in my waterline with a black liner because if not, there's like a too much empty space right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill it in with my Marc Jacobs highliner in Blacker. So now to further clean up any fallout that we got from that glittery eyeshadow, I'm gonna take that Laura Mercier concealer and a small kabuki brush. And again, I put a little on the back of my hand, pick it up on the kabuki brush, and I'm just gonna lightly feather it onto the areas that have a little bit of fallout and is causing the under eye to look a little gray. So I'm just gonna lightly blend it in. And to set the under eyes, I'm gonna switch over to the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder because I do feel like the under eye looks a little lighter now since I went in with more concealer. This is shade number 2. I just feel like it's gonna make it look a little more natural. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this underneath and bring it up all the way right underneath the eye to lock in that shadow on the lower lash line. And now I'm just gonna mist myself with Fix Plus to make everything look more natural. I'm also gonna go in with more highlighter because I also kind of, well, it's kind of still there. But I'm just gonna pop on a little more of my NARS highlighter just at the tops of the cheeks, but keeping the brow bone matte. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the eyes now since they're pretty much done. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my Benefit 24-hour brow setter to set my brows in place. I did go in with a makeup wipe and remove some of the foundation that was in my brow because I had a lot going on in there. So when you're cleaning it up, if you have foundation in your brows, use a little makeup wipe to get rid of it. And for mascara, I'm using my Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Mascara, of course. I could use false lashes and amp it up a little, but I just feel like the shadow itself is such a focal point. I don't want to cover it up with false lashes. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a ton of the mascara. All I have to do is add a cheek and a lip. I'm going to be using this Gel Color Lip and Cheek Balm by NUDESTIX in the shade Haven. And the way I like to apply this to my cheeks is that I rub a little on the back of my hand like this, like a big blob. And I pick it up on the Beauty Blender, straight from my hand. And then I apply it to my cheeks. I love this color so much. It's so beautiful. And then to make sure it's not sticky, I take the Laura Mercier translucent powder and that same, I'm gonna take a little fluffier of a fluffy brush, large fluffy brush. I'm gonna pick up the translucent powder and just lightly dust it over the blush so it's not so sticky on the skin. And then for the lip, before adding the lip color, I'm just gonna go ahead and outline my lips with my L'Oreal Color Riche lip liner in the shade Matching Call. It's my absolute favorite. And that finally wraps up this look. I hope you guys felt like you were getting ready with me on my birthday. I just want to say thank you ahead of time for all the birthday wishes. I can't wait to read all your comments down below. I don't tell you guys this enough, but I wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you so much for all the love you show me aside from just on my birthday. I love you guys to death. You guys have changed my world for the better. I was in a bad place before YouTube, so I definitely owe you guys a lot, and I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate you, how much I love you. So even though it is my birthday, I'm gonna do a giveaway. So make sure to check the description box for rules on how to enter. I'm not sure what I'm gonna include in it just yet, but I have a lot of great stuff that I've been holding on to. I usually separate all of my makeup that I'm not gonna use by like donations, the really, really good stuff that I use for giveaways, and then the stuff that I know my friends and family will love. So it's gonna be a good one. It'll be juicy. Enter down below. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all that you do for me. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, share it, subscribe. Whew, I'm out of breath. Hit that notification bell, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Oh, it's still recording?